Kevin, many congratulations through to the last 16 at the World Darts Championship for the first time. How much does that mean to you?
A lot. Like, it's the best thing I've ever done in darts.
You were really struggling early on in the game. How did you manage to turn it around and raise your level up there?
I just kept my head cool. Like, I was 1-0 down against Noah Lynn, I was 1-0 down against Michael Smith, and I just kept thinking, like, I'm not just those games, but like if you look at the whole year, I'm someone that can come back. I keep fighting, and that I didn't let it go in my head. I just felt like I can keep fighting, I can still win this, and yeah, it happened.
And you mentioned the game against Michael Smith there. You beat him in a sudden death set. So that experience, how much did it help you get over the line today?
So much. Because when I was 2-up against Ratajski in the last set, I just felt like I don't want another sudden death set. I don't want it. And then I think I had a pretty decent set. I think I was after 12 on tops in my own set and in my own leg, and I was like, yeah, you know, this is what you have to do, and this is what you can do. And then I didn't miss a double either. Like, you know, it just that experience from the last game just helps me so much in my next games.
And the support you got from the crowd out there was incredible today. How much did that really drive you on in the closing stages?
It helped. Yeah, of course it helped. It always helps. But if I have to be honest, like when I'm in my focus, I hear them, but I don't feel them, if you know what I mean. Like, it's just like I do my own thing. Like, they can boo me, they can cheer for me, but I just do my own thing. And like, of course, but it helps me. But it's probably it helps me in a way that I don't know.
And Chris Dobie now for a place in the quarterfinals. What are your thoughts on that matchup?
I think it's 50-50. I think our World Championships this year have been pretty equal. And, you know, like, I like Chris. He's a great guy. And, like, I can live with him. We can hang out or we can go to dinner sometimes. But, like, you know, on the stage, it's just, it's a new game. He's an enemy. Like, you know, on the stage, an enemy, a rival, whatever you want to call it. And, like, I want to beat him 4-0. And I'm not saying I'm gonna, but I might, you know. Like, I just feel like I can go really, really far in this tournament.
Kevin, well done on today. You spent a lot of that game chasing Krzysztof, a lot of the time behind. How does the belief, how and where was the belief throughout the match, especially as you went into that last set?
I always believed I was going to win it, even when I was 2-0 down, because, like, you know, I lost 6 legs in a row. I've almost never ever done it in my life, so I just felt like it's enough now, you know. You're going to play your own game now, you're going to hit your doubles, it's going to be no problem. And then I made the 2-2. But I think the 2-2, like the break after 2-2-2-all, it didn't help me, because I was getting in my flow after 2-all. And then we had a break, and we had like a 5 or 6 minute break, whatever it was. And then he started playing great again, or good. But I still managed to keep that mindset of I'm not going to lose and I'm still going to take him. And even though he missed match starts, I did expect them to go in. I did expect to lose when he had those match starts. But when he missed them, I never thought for a moment that I was going to miss myself, ever.
You're playing your best darts at the end of games. I think that's been apparent over the last couple of weeks. What do you need to do to make sure you're able to produce more of them at the start of games?
That's a tough question, because I don't really know. I just think that I need to take it. I wouldn't say more serious. I just need to try to find my focus from the start, and that's, you know, it's easier said than done. Because when I get my focus and when I get the feeling, I'm really tough to beat. But when you're 2-0 down, it's also harder to get back. But if I get that focus from the beginning and get that feeling from the beginning, I'm going to be really tough to beat.
And from the way you're playing, especially in those last couple of sets, how much belief do you take from the performance tonight, from the way you won and the games before into the next round against Chris?
Oh, so much. You know, like I said, if I can take that feeling and that experience and that focus into the next game, I'm going to be on him from the start. And of course, he's a great player. He's gone to the quarterfinals, I think, 3 years in a row, and like, I just think I'm gonna be the one to, like, break that circle for him.
Well done, Kevin. Last 16 of the World Championship. You mentioned there to Josh that you need to find that focus at the start of matches. Why do you think it's not quite been there?
That's a tough question, man. Because like, if I knew that, it would be in the next game. But I
is that a
don't
concern?
really know why it isn't there. I try to find it. I try to focus in the beginning, but I think it's because there's not really a lot of pressure in the beginning of the game. And when I'm trailing 2-0 or 2-1 or whatever, then like I feel like I have to do it now. And in the beginning, it just feels a bit more relaxed. I just think I need that feeling of you have to do it now. And in the beginning of a game, it's hard to get that feeling because it's such a long game. You know, like you have so much time. Even if you trail 1-0 or 2-0, you have time. But yeah, it's hard to say.
Is there anything that you might try and change in your preparation in your next match against Chris?
No, I think that feeling you cannot practice. That's just that's experience, and that's why like you need to play more games on stage, off stage. Just you need to be in those situations of like really big games with a lot of money involved, a lot of ranking money, and just like, and that's something that I've not had a lot of in my career yet. But you know, like it's going up. Like I said before, like I'm learning and I'm growing every single year. And this year has just been amazing so far.
In this World Championship so far, you've moved up 10 places in the world rankings. What were your expectations when you came to Alexandra Palace this year?
I don't know if I had any expectations. I had goals though. My goal was to come back after Christmas and then just take it one game at a time. And that's what I'm doing right now. Like of course I know the bracket, I know the draw, I know the two Lukes from the other side. But it's not like I don't have any good players on my side. Like, you know, I have Chris Dobie next. I might have like Price next or Clayton, whatever it is.
Clayton, yeah.
Like it's like when you go to the last 16 of the world, it's not an easy draw anymore. But you know, I feel like if I can get my A game, I can beat everyone.
Brilliant. Well done, Kevin. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How do you rate it compared to the Michael Smith victory?
I think in the Michael Smith game, I had more focus and more belief that I was gonna win. This game was tougher for myself because you know he missed 4 or 5 match starts. I don't remember what it was, and I just felt like in important moments I was there. But when it was like 0-0 in a set or 1-0 to him or me, I don't feel like I wasn't really there. And like just the Smith game felt a lot better looking back to it. But the end of this game also feels really, really good because I kept pushing and kept fighting and I got over the line.
And the crowd in this match, they were pretty much all for you. The noise was deafening when you were going for key doubles. But when they're for you, does that make a really positive difference compared to, say, Ratajski?
Yeah, of course it does. But, you know, when you're in that focus at the end of the game, crowd or not, you feel like you're going to hit it. And maybe because of, like, voodoo or whatever you want to call it, like, you're going to hit it even more when the crowd is behind you. And you might believe that, you know. But I just feel like, I love the crowd being on my side, you know. It's a really, really good feeling. It's a great feeling. But I don't think that I would miss it without them, because you're in such a focus that you're not gonna miss anyway, and the crowd helps, of course. But I think it helps more in the whole game, except for like it just helps. It helps, but I don't know.
Yeah, because against Dobie, he's a very popular player too, so it will be back to maybe the crowd rooting for him.
Yeah, you know, we're in England, he's English, so I'm not expecting the crowd rooting for me, but you never know.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kevin, well done. Congratulations. Did you experience that kind of crowd support in your career before?
Maybe in the World Series in the Netherlands. Probably there as well. I think it was like the same amount of energy that I got from them as here.
And what were your thoughts after losing the second set?
I just kept calm. Like I went off the stage, I kept calm, and I just thought, like, you know, I'm still gonna win this, even though I'm 2-0 down. I'm gonna take, like, it's just, if you take set wise, it's just the best of 5, and you know you can win it. You can lose 3-0, 3-0, and then you can win it 3-2, 3-2, and then you're 10-6 down in legs, but you're still 2-2 in the game. And that's what I was thinking, and I was just thinking like, I'm gonna get in my game, I'm gonna get my focus, and I'm gonna win it.
And Kevin, is it right that you're still living in Sweden?
Since yesterday, I got my residence in Sweden.
Okay, okay. So we have more Dutch players living in Sweden than Dutch players living in the Netherlands in the last 16.
Calm down. In the last 16, yeah, that's
in the
true.
last 16,
that's
yes, of
true.
course.
That's true.
And do you consider to play with Jeffrey de Graaf the World Cup?
Yeah,
in a
I'm
few
gonna
years?
have to, like you officially you need a residence for 5 years in another country. So since I got it yesterday, I might have to wait 5 years, but there might be a way around. So like I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. But you know, like Jeffrey is one of my really good mates on the tour. But I would love to play for the Netherlands. That's my first choice. But it's so hard to get in the top 2 because you know you have Danny Noppert, you have Dave van Duivenbode, you have Gian, you have Raymond van Barneveld. You have so much players above me right now that it's really, really hard to get in the top 2. And you know, if I'm allowed to play for Sweden and if I'm allowed to play with Jeffrey, that's a really good bait of me. So why not?
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.